In Robert Cialdini's Influence, Science and Practice, he outlines 6 social influence factors that include reciprocation, commitment, and consistency, social proof, liking, authority, and scarcity. These factors all come together to influence how people think and what decisions they make every day. Today, we're going to focus on the social influence factor of liking. According to Cialdini's research, people prefer to say yes to those they like. You might be wondering what causes someone to like someone else. According to research, there are 3 main principles that cause liking. We like people who are similar to us, we like people who pay us compliments, and we like people that are attractive. Let's see how each of these play out in the real world.
All right, class, any other questions? Okay, so just a reminder, 20-page paper due next class. Good luck.
Hey, I actually missed last class. Would I be able to get your notes about that paper you were talking about?
No, sorry.
Man, I just love this class. I'm so excited to write this paper.
Oh, I know, me
Yeah.
too. Can't wait for it,
Yeah.
honestly.
Dr. Hunter's the best. He teaches the best
I know,
class.
this is going to be the best 20 pages of my life.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that
I
right
wish
now.
it was 25 pages.
I know.
I can't wait to get working on this. You catch that game last night? They
Oh,
played
yeah.
so well.
The game with, like, the teams.
Yeah. And
yeah.
the other team?
Yeah, a bunch of slam dunks and
Yeah, a lot of
touchdowns
points.
and stuff.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Great.
Yeah.
Really great stuff. Yeah, it's crazy. I didn't know that you like that team, too.
Yeah, they're my favorite team,
Yeah.
like by far, yeah.
That's nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I can't believe that.
Oh, hey, by the way, I actually missed last class. Could I get your notes for this paper we gotta do?
Yeah, man,
Oh,
absolutely.
awesome, thank you so
For
much.
sure.
You wouldn't believe this other girl I asked. She was so rude.
Gosh, some people.
Here, you see an example of how people react more positively to people that are similar to them. The first time, Dan didn't even bother to ask Allie's name or get to know her, so she wasn't receptive when he asked to borrow her notes. The second time, Dan got to know Kellen better, and they realized all the things that they had in common, which allowed Dan to persuade Kellen to share the notes. In reality, Dan and Kellen might not have that much in common, but because Dan claimed to have a similar background and interest to Kellen, it made the exchange of notes much easier. Now, people are more likely to share information and cooperate with others when they think they have something in common.
Hey, Kellen, can I see you in my office for a second?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so as you know, we're gonna have to start making some budget cuts.
Okay.
And your department's actually doing really well, but we went over the individual performance for a bunch of our employees, and your performance doesn't really match up to a bunch of your coworkers. So I'm sorry to say this, but we're gonna have to let you go.
Oh, God, please no.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I have a family I have to
I'm
feed.
sorry. Management's coming
I
down
got
on
3
us,
kids.
and we're gonna have to.
I got
do
a
it.
wife.
I'm
I don't know
sorry.
how they're gonna take this.
I'm sorry. We're gonna have to let you go.
It's really messed up, man.
Hey,
Hey.
Karen, you can have a seat right over there.
All right, haircut.
Yeah, I actually got a new haircut.
Nice.
Just to make you
Yeah,
like it.
yeah, I
thank
like
you.
that. That's
Thank you.
great.
Yeah, so I actually called you into my office, just because we're gonna have to start making.
Hey,
some
is
money.
that a new blazer?
Yeah, it is. I actually got
Where'd
it.
you-
last
where'd you
week.
get that?
I got it at Joseph A. Bank.
Oh gosh,
Yeah.
it just
Where'd
the
you
cut
get it?
on it just looks great.
Yeah, you like it? Thank you.
Fantastic,
Yeah, I
really.
think this one really suits me. I have a
Yeah.
couple other ones, but this is probably my favorite.
Really
one.
matches your eye color
Yeah.
too. Looks
Thank you,
great.
thank you, thank you. You know what? Actually, forget it. Can you call in Allie when you get a
Yeah,
chance?
sure.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Here you can see the power of compliments. Dan was just on the verge of firing his employee when he started to compliment him. People in general are phenomenal suckers for flattery. Although there are limits to our gullibility, we tend as a rule to believe praise and to like those who provide it, oftentimes when it is clearly false. As you can see, we have such an automatic positive reaction to compliments that we can fall victim to someone who uses them in an obvious attempt to win our favor.
Hey, how are you doing today?
Hey, how you doing?
Good, nice to meet you. Go ahead and have a seat here.
All right.
So why don't we just start off by you telling me a little about yourself?
Yeah, sure. Well, I go to Clemson, marketing major, like to do some stuff, just kind of hang out, chill with the boys.
Yeah. So what do you think your strengths and weaknesses are?
Yeah, so I don't have a whole lot of weaknesses, but I'd say my main strength is just like looking fresh, you know.
Great, yeah. And why do you want to work here? Why do you want this position?
You know, I just heard there's like, you know, it's good salaries and it's trying to like make a lot of money and, you know, that kind of stuff.
Great, yeah. Hey, how are you doing
Good.
today?
I'm Dan.
Nice to meet you. Go ahead and have a seat right there. Why don't you start off by telling me a little about yourself?
Yeah, so I'm a junior marketing major here at Clemson. I'm the student body president for my grade, and I also am heavily involved in a bunch of leadership positions, as well as I like to volunteer in the community a lot, just to give back to the community. So I really like that part of coming to college.
Okay, great. What do you think your strengths and weaknesses are?
I think my biggest strength is I really think that coming to that school is the first priority, so I like to get my work done, and I work well in teams, and I really like to get done with my work and then focus on my social life after all my work is done.
Mm-hmm. And why do you want this position? What do you think makes you the best candidate?
Yeah, so I've really been working towards this position my whole life. This is really my dream job. I really think I'm really well suited for this position. I think if I was given the opportunity to be employed here, that I would also help the company out a lot.
Okay.
What's up, it's Kellen.
Hey, Kellen, how are you doing today? Great. We just want to let you know that we did decide to offer you the position. We're really excited to have you on board here. Okay, great.
Word.
Hello, Dan? Yeah, how are you doing today? Great. Well, we just wanted to let you know that we've decided to move on with other candidates for this position, but that you had a great interview, so we wish you luck in your future endeavors.
Hey, this is Dan. Oh, that's okay. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I really appreciate it. All right, have a good one.
Here, you see an example of how attractiveness comes into play. Kellen came into the interview dressed professionally, but didn't have a great interview. He barely answered the questions and didn't seem to be too involved at his university. On the other hand, Dan walked into the interview underdressed, but had much better answers to all the interview questions and seemed to be the most qualified candidate, but because of the way he dressed, he wasn't hired. The response to attractiveness falls into a category that social scientists call the halo effect. A halo effect occurs when one positive characteristic of a person dominates the way that the person is viewed by others. Research has shown that we automatically assign to good-looking individuals such favorable traits as talent, kindness, honesty, and intelligence.